Now let's discuss the combat and gameplay. For the most part, I thought the gunplay in 2077 was really good. I know a lot of people wrote Cyberpunk off on account of it being first person, but to me, the gameplay loop is one of the things that got me hooked on the game. Guns, melee, quick hacks, it's like no matter what you use, it all feels very satisfying. For CDPR's first stab at an FPS, I think they did really well when it comes to the combat system. I do have a few notes though. One of the strangest things about this game is that stashing bodies is a lethal elimination, even if they're knocked out and you're putting them into a closet. From what I understand, this wasn't always the case, so something internal must have broken that changed how stashing is handled. I read a comment somewhere saying that it's a result of some code cleanup during one of the updates. Regardless, CDPR doesn't seem intent on changing it since it's been this way for years. I know it doesn't really affect anything aside from maybe the few gigs or side jobs that require no eliminations, but I would like this to be fixed as a quality of life thing. For those of us that don't want to kill every enemy we see but still want to knock out and hide bodies. Speaking of knockouts, I always felt like there should have been a way for melee weapons to quickly knock out or kill enemies if you can sneak up on them. Currently, you can sneak up to an enemy, grapple them, and either knock them out or snap their neck. If you have a baseball bat, for example, you should be able to sneak up behind an enemy, skip the grapple phase, and be offered a prompt for a quick swing takedown. Same thing for a sword or knife. You should be able to quickly stab or do a quick slice to quietly take them out. Maybe the thought was that this would be too overpowered, but if you're already in the position to do a normal neck snap or knockout, all this is doing is adding some sauce and saving a second or two. When it comes to stealth, one thing I would have liked is for some way of moving enemies around without the use of a cyber deck. There are a few ways of doing this already, such as manually activating a distraction or using thrown weapons or silenced bullets to panic enemies, but it would be nice if there was a method that wasn't as risky as those. There's also the recon grenade, but I say replace it with throwable junk but keep the functionality the same. So instead of tossing recon grenades, you can throw junk at a spot to get an enemy to move. They could make it so this only works once per enemy. After a while, the junk loot in the game becomes pretty useless, so shrinking the amount of items but adding a gameplay function could give them better purpose. I know some players would like additional immersion, as featured in the Live in Night City mod, where you have to manage V's hunger, thirst, and energy. While this could be interesting, I think it's better left off as an optional thing. I do think they could find a way to make consumables more enticing though. A lot of times I forget I even have them, and the buffs only lasting a couple minutes makes them cumbersome to keep applying. And before we close things out, I'll just quickly mention dual wielding again for those that haven't seen the last video. Jackie teased us with this real bad, so hopefully we can hold 2 guns in the next game. I'm sure there's more things about the combat gameplay that I'm forgetting, but I just wanted to lay out a few things in this one. If there are any changes that you'd like to see regarding the combat loop, feel free to comment about it below.